Hello, hello, and hello there. I know this is a little late, and typically you guys get a bunch of music, but due to the fact that I had to work, we're starting stream literally as soon as I get to work, which is currently after, but I'm here now. I guess now we're starting at 7:30 roughly. But welcome all to the Traveling Hearts session 11, if I remember correctly. Yes, session 11. The Fool's Goal. Ha ha ha. We know play on words. I know how to do that. Not really, but I do my best. But yes, also happy April Fools from the rest of us. Originally, this session was supposed to go one way. I'm choosing it to do a different way. Take that as you wish. Especially you, Leanne. I know you're listening to this. Work. But besides that, last session, the group, if I remember correctly, got to the village. They got there very swiftly. They figured out this could be the place that they were told to go to. I had to remind them about the whole what was said. Got there, we're kind of greeted. People were a bit off about our friend Oric. But other than that, everything was actually pretty good. Hold on. I'm going to turn this up just a little bit because I realized in a lot of the VODs people can't really hear me. I'm very sorry. I'm very soft-spoken. I don't mean to be so soft-spoken. But with the session, it actually went pretty much the way I was kind of thinking it would go. I was thinking that someone might try something. Leanne almost did. Luckily enough, she's fine. But they actually were able to release the goddess that was basically trapped in the pond of the Lotus women. And she basically took everybody that came from her basically to form the goddess again, and she sucked the life force out of the elders who trapped her there. And she basically was like, who rescued me? And the group was like, well, we did. And she was like, well, who told you to? Because she didn't fully believe that they would have just came here on a whim just to save her. And in the case of Leanne, she was very, very much trying to not say the name. Not sure if that would have made the goddess upset. But she was able to figure out who it was and was like, well, I'm going to send my condolence and my thanks to that god. And she just upped and disappeared. She didn't want anything else. She just wanted to be free. And so the group got to do that. They got whatever loot was around and they made their way back. The travels were actually rather nice. The moon felt like it was more fuller, a lot more of a full moon those couple days. The sun was much more brighter and the travel was fairly good. And they got back to Sanctum and they were able to tell Will and Ravine about the whole travel and what they figured out and how it got fixed, to which in turn made Nyx and Wolfguard very concerned that they were not told about this, to which Will kind of said, well, I didn't want you guys to be bothered with it because it seems like we don't really want to take anything outside of our own space serious. To which Nyx was like, yeah, that's fair, but we could have at least discussed this before you brought it on to other people. To which, when they all learned the whole shebang of what happened, Nyx then went, I need a drink. I'm gonna go. To which Wolfguard said, I'm gonna go follow her so that she doesn't get hammered and try to fight someone. Because he is the only one that can kind of match up to her. Both Will and Ravine were very happy that they got it all fixed, but were shocked about what it was, and that, I don't know if anything else was said past that. I don't quite remember. Oh, I do actually also remember that when they were in the village, they got to talk to Life once more, and he explained that he was also shocked that this happened, but he's not surprised at the same time. Shocked, but not surprised, I guess is how you would put it. And he talks to the group and is just very much more honest about who he is and why he's here. And I think that's about it that he ever talked about. It's hard to remember. Give me 1 second. Oh, this is annoying. Really? Ugh. Okay, sorry about that. But yeah, that was pretty much the end of the session. Next session, aka this session, is gonna be a little bit interesting, I will say. I have a lot of things kind of set up, a lot of things planned out, and we're gonna see how it all goes, especially with the group right now. One of them has not changed. I'll let her know. So yeah, let's go and see the group real quick. Hello there.
Hello.
Hello there.
Evelyn. You're reactive.
You're reactive. You're reactive.
You're blue.
You're blue.
Yeah.
Why are you blue?
Yeah, I know. It's loading. My internet is
Oh,
slower than a snail right now.
Ah, okay.
It's not
Exactly.
loading.
Okay. That'll be fine. We'll just continue. And then it'll change when it's done. But yes, do you guys need a refresher what happened last time?
I think I mostly remember.
Okay. Yeah, I can just tell you guys it real quick. So last session, you guys were able to get to the village that Quincy told Will and Ravine about, and then they told you because they trusted you guys to get it done. Guys got there. It was a bit interesting of a place. It's I don't know how else to describe it besides interesting. Um, you guys were able to. Okay. You talked to a couple people and then a couple of the elders, and then got to talk more about everything. And the elders, I can't remember what it was called, some kind of den area. Do I have a map of that way I know what the name was? Yeah, it had a name. But you guys got over, talked to them, kind of were trying to dissect what. Hold on. I can hear myself through you, Leanne.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Ow.
I don't know. I can just hear
Wait.
it sometimes.
Testing, testing?
Hi. Yeah, I can hear
I
myself.
don't think you're leaking through my headset.
I just heard a double.
Let me try turning you guys down.
Okay.
Is this any better?
Yeah, I think it should be okay.
Okay, wonderful.
Okay. So, likewise, you kind of got some information about the place. Not really too much. But you guys also got to witness the whole ritual that was to happen. And I think
I am basically not hearing anything.
you're not hearing us. Okay, let's. Why does it have to happen on April Fools? That's not funny.
I paused Spotify so that way I wouldn't be the one lagging it.
Good there, Evelyn? Hold on. Trying to see.
Call. And I was muted.
Yeah.
There's a thing on Discord here. It says Evelyn might be having trouble connecting to the call.
Okay.
Oh no!
Hello?
Not
Hello?
like this. Oh, you're there?
There she is.
There we go.
Can you hear us?
Uh, My Wi-Fi is nightmarish tonight.
It had to do
Oof.
it on April Fools.
It's been awful all day.
Okay.
Pardon?
Okay.
Huh?
I think so. We're pretty good.
I think so.
There we go. Reactive is
Would
done.
it help if we sat you in the region?
Right? Is it?
Would we help if we
Is
set
it
you
correct
if
now?
we set the call region to yours?
No. Probably not. Maybe. I don't know, but it would also it would also impact everyone else's.
Okay, I just want to make sure if it's still good to go on. So we're good.
I think so.
Okay. I just wanted to make sure before continuing. But with, like I said, with session, you guys got to witness the ritual at hand. Evelyn's character got to basically kind of knock someone out and become them. That way they could see it much more.
Wait, is that person dead too? Or is that the sole survivor?
I honestly don't know.
The single fragment of the gods still walking around.
I feel like
I
they.
can't believe. Can I, for both players and chatters, Octavia's gonna be thinking about that for the rest of time. Actually, that ignited something in her, frankly.
I just saw a god. What the hell? But
She went, oh.
gay.
I mean, sure, why not? She wouldn't be my first D&D character who is. You know, it's so bad. It's so bad that we, and I won't name them, but another player from the mass group, right? Like the group of the 40 of us who all have interchangeable groups. They thought I wasn't straight for months. And then we were talking about it, and I'm like, no, I am. And they're like, whoa, you're such a good ally. I'm like, what do you mean by that? They're like, I thought you were. I'm like, what do you mean by that?
But yeah, like I said, with the last session, like I said, you guys got to witness it, and it went it kind of went how I was thinking would happen, but you know, you got to set up for other things that could happen. But you got to see the goddess who was basically trapped underneath the cell, and it was a little bit easier to handle. Because in the end, everything was kind of settled, and everything that was a problem soon became not really a problem anymore. Besides the fact that a lot of people died and a couple people got their soul essence sucked out of them. But who cares? That's normal. That's another Tuesday.
Yeah, whatever.
Yeah. But you guys basically saw all that happen, and well, you got to loot the place a little bit. And you guys headed back to Sanctum, and who the fuck? Fuck. You guys got to talk to Ravine and Will, and next to them was Nyx and Wolfguard, and you explained. Oh my goodness. I'm sorry. I have my phone next to me, and my fiance said something, and I don't know if he's. I don't know if he's joking with what he just said to me.
April Fool's, man. Ah.
Yeah, I can't tell, but with everything that you guys told them. Nix basically was like, why didn't you guys tell us? And Will was like, well, we guys don't fix all the problems that we're told, so I thought these people would do it. And Nix was like, yeah, but still, it would have been nice to know. But learning all that you guys told him, Nix went to go get a drink, because that was way too much to handle on her brain, which caused Wolfguard to go follow behind her, so that she doesn't cause any trouble. And that is where you guys left off. So now you guys are left, I think, with Will and Ravine still kind of there in front of the castle and the bulletin board area. Oh boy. Why can't I not type to save my life?
You got this.
All
We
good?
believe in you.
I'm trying to ask him, and then I put the question mark in the wrong spot. My brain. But yeah, is there anything you guys want to do? Talk to anybody? See anything? I will let you know. Currently, the sun is kind of going down just a little bit. Still there. Oh my goodness, I don't want to be shown that. Yeah.
Well, I haven't slept well in several days, and I suspect I may not even tonight, but I'll just say I think I'll retire early.
Okay. Does anybody kind of follow with Auric, or do you two have other things you want to do?
I mean, I think Octavia could take a rest. That's fine.
Okay. And for you, Evelyn? Oh, jeez.
Oh God, she sounds like a Geiger counter. I'm just hearing her click,
I
click, click.
heard.
Are you there? Are you all good, Evelyn?
Yeah, I'm okay.
Okay, just wanted to double check. I was wanting to see if you were wanting to do anything or follow suit with Auric and Octavia.
What are they doing?
Auric is retiring.
Time.
Yeah, he's going to go to sleep early.
Okay. We are currently where are we?
You are kind of close to Will in Ravine, in front of the castle with the bulletin board area.
Yeah. Okay. When is the tunnel thing been agreed on?
Shit. Trying to remember.
Because it was a week away,
Yeah, it was a week away that
and
they
we
were.
left for about a week.
Yeah, they were trying to get through the mountainside to get to Shandari.
Hmm.
So yeah. Did you want to see how everything is going with that, or?
Probably also go. Wait. God. I'm sorry.
It's all good.
Connection and brain.
Yeah.
I'm gonna get a glass of appy juice. I'll be right back.
Okay. Yeah,
Don't
just
wait up for me. I don't want to make
Yeah.
y'all bored.
okay. Yeah, I get you. All day, my brain, no function.
I got up at and it's currently nearly 1.
Yeah. Ah, had a yawn. What is my voice settings? Damn, even on crisp, can hear half the shit I'm doing. Yeah, it's fully up to you. That only goes so far. Okay. Well, let's say for Oric and Octavia, you both go up to you guys go past Ravina and Will, and they don't pay mind as you guys go back inside the castle, up the stairs and into your guys' rooms. Um, and yeah. Do you just want to follow with them, Evelyn? Or
Yeah.
okay.
Yeah.
So you follow behind them, and you go up the same stairs, and you guys go into your guys' rooms. And as the night does pass, sun sets, and less and less people are coming through inside. I will say, let me just roll something real quick.
Hello.
Hello. Trying to think. What are your guys' passive perception, real quick?
13.
13.
10.
Mine?
10. Yeah, and for you,
12.
12. Okay. So for all you guys, you're getting nice and comfy in the beds. It's very nice. Kind of is drawing you into sleep, but you do hear some odd footsteps outside the rooms. And initially you guys could think it's probably whatever. Until for you, Octavia, you hear on your door just a knocking sound.
He goes, hello, who is it?
Do you want to open the door?
Ah.
Or just let him in?
Yeah.
Okay.
I'll open the door.
Okay. You open the door, and out comes this rather just tall man, and he is a rather average looking guy. Dark brown hair, very short, very I can hear myself again.
Sorry.
So good. Um, he has a look of worry on his face. And he goes, "Hi, can I come in real quick? I'm sorry to bother you, I really am."
Hey, no worries at all. And she lets him in.
He comes in and he kind of stands very awkwardly close to the door, and he what is he doing? He looks over and he grabs one of the chairs that are in the room and he sits on it, and he looks and he goes, "I don't mean to make this sound very weird or awkward, but I know of who you guys are. I know you guys were the ones in the tunnels, and I know
Oh,
it's like I said, it sounds so stupid. Like literally, none of us had no reason to think you guys were gonna do anything dumb, but I had a weird vibe about you guys, so I had to followed you guys to a certain spot until I heard a lot of commotion, and then I left. Didn't know what was gonna happen, but I know you guys are part of that dumb plan with the tunnels."
well, that's peculiar. I don't recall being a part of anything like that.
You don't need to lie to me. I literally watched you guys leave. You wouldn't have noticed I had my own potion. Um,
I'm not lying. I might have witnessed something, but I'm not a part of it.
roll me a deception check.
Ooh, because here's the fun thing. She's not lying. She's just being,
Yeah, but you were in the tunnels.
yeah. You know, like when a kid is obsessed with not lying because they have severe OCD, so they figure out ways to lie that aren't lying. That's what she's doing. By the way, 15.
15.
She's lying by omission, is what she's doing.
He looks at you and he's like, "Look, whether you were part of it or not, it does not matter. I saw you leave with that other group of people, and I saw you with them today when you guys came back and you guys were talking to the councilman. So it's without a shadow of a doubt that you know about it. To make it a little bit not as weird, I am Adam. I am one of the more middle children of the group. We're all basically related in some way. I know about the tunnels. I know about everything relating to it. I know why we're doing it. I don't fully agree with it, but I really can't say no against it. I don't want what's gonna happen.
She shakes her head. What's going to happen?
What about your other companions? They're here, right?
I don't feel like I should tell you that.
I'm being very honest with you right now. I've already told you that I know about the tunnels. I already know about where they're all gonna lead to. I already know what they're gonna do.
She nods. I appreciate that, but I think I should know a bit more about you first.
I mean, what else is there to know? I mean, I'm just a brother, middle child. I'm only part of this because my brothers all think that every place has a flaw that they all don't agree with, and they think if they get part of it, that they can change it for the best, even though some of them are a bit far-fetched in what they believe. I already know that there's going to be explosions. I already know all the tunnels that lead to under here, to Shadari, to Athabas, and to Eltron. And they're even thinking about trying to get to another one, which at this point, it's not even worth it. It's not worth trying to get to it. Does that help?
Are you unarmed?
I don't carry weapons. I don't know magic.
Fine. I will allow you to move them one moment. And she's going to lead you out to the other room.
Okay.
Hello.
Hello there.
This is a person who wants to talk to us about the thing.
He hears you say that and he just shakes his head. It's about the tunnels.
I see.
If it makes you feel better, I am Adam. So in a way, it's gonna be different. But
Was this one of the people who was like working on the tunnels?
yes.
Okay,
I'll fetch my associate now.
Okay.
I'll walk out of the room and then walk back in.
Are you as the person that
Mr. Business.
he bit I know it's basically you, but
again.
hi.
How's progress on the tunnel?
I mean, we kind of stopped going with Shindari because we can't get past it. We got past the mountains, that's about it. We can't get any further. It's like something's stopping us.
Good enough.
Everywhere else is pretty much set, but like I was telling her and kind of nudges towards Octavia.
He smiles brightly.
I only came here because I don't want this to happen. I just can't say it to anybody. Yeah.
Now, how's that?
I truly don't believe that it's a good idea. My brother.
How so?
My brothers are only wanting
Spotted
to.
a flaw in the plan?
It's a flaw that only I can see. Weirdly enough.
A moral objection?
Basically. I only signed up to do this because my brothers were saying, oh, we're not going to cause any destruction. That's what it started with.
If that's the case, and she will shift back into her changeling form,
Hell yeah.
then I'm with you all the way.
Interesting.
I've been leading them on. My plan the whole time was to allow the construction of the tunnel to be completed, and then put a stop to the to the mission and repurpose them into cross-country transit systems. Take some good from this.
Well, that would be very interesting. Huh. It's not really a bad idea. I'm just shocked that my brothers couldn't see past their own greed in a way.
If anything, this would give them more influence than threatening to blow up some buildings.
Yeah, I just don't know. We've already pretty much have had a couple of my brothers already set out to their stations. So far, 2 oldest are already going to Thebes. Me and my other youngest are meant to stay here.
Sorry, you were cut.
Oh, sorry. I'm trying to look down at the names. But he says, so far, my 2 oldest siblings are already going to Thebes. The other middle are heading down to, not the middle, sorry. I cannot read. I have it set a weird way. But basically he says that the 2 oldest are going to the Thebes, the 2 youngest are going to Elteron, and then him and his other brother are staying here.
They already gone.
Yeah, they are pretty much already gone. I wanted them to not continue with it, but they're so blinded by
Is there
this
any way to
ambition.
get back in contact with it? No.
I mean, we
Hmm.
were all given a sending stone, but I don't have it. My other brother has it. Our goal was
Still here?
Yeah, he's still here. He's just in the tunnels. The plan was one would be on top and the other one would be on
Let's
the
see if we
bottom.
can do anything about it.
Hmm?
Right. Let's see if we can get that stone. Absolute worst case, you'll split off from each other and go into each separate tunnel to intercept a brother.
I mean, that definitely could work. Just
1v1.
Yeah. But sorry, I just had to do something.
Part of me's thinking I should have stopped this when I had the chance. But the potential good it could do. I just had to let it be more fleshed out.
I mean, I was fully hoping that they would understand that this is not going to work, but like I said, they were not listening to any kind of reason, no matter how many times I explained it. That, I mean, hell, one of my brothers, he's the one that's going to be setting all this off. He literally has a kid. That's not, he could die in this. I don't want that to happen to them. But they're so driven by ambition that talking them out of it's going to be damn near impossible. But if you think we can convince them, maybe it can work.
Maybe it could.
Well, I'll say this. I'll let you guys sleep, because it looks like you guys have been doing a lot, and meet me back at that building, that toy house, and he puts it in quotes, and and just meet me back as soon as you guys can. I'll be
Of
in the
course.
I'll be in the shop.
Shall we go right
No.
away? From the sounds of it, they've already departed. We don't really have any time to waste.
Well, based off of the plan was to wait for a moment once everybody was into position. Technically, the goal was to do it tonight, but things got kind of separated due to Shandari. If that would have gone more to plan, then. And he kind of stops and just stares off at the distance. Like something just is on his mind, but he shakes his head and just is like, no. Trust me, it's not gonna happen tonight. It's gonna happen tomorrow. That's what they said. It's more of they're just waiting for us to be ready.
See?
Good to know.
But likewise, and he looks at the two of you and just goes, I will make my depart.
Thank you very much.
And he nods and he just kind of leaves, and you can hear his footsteps as it disappears.
Fun fact, this was the first time she checked someone for weapons, and the first time she lied by omission. She's getting worse.
And was suspicious of someone.
She's getting worse.
Progress.
Character
Yeah.
development. Yay. Inverse character arcs.
Inverse character arcs. Listen, Octavia will always be baby. Like, the thing is like, she's basically my excuse to be bubbly and stupid for one time a week. But she, over the course of the campaign, she's always going to be childish and naive, but she's going to get better.
Oh boy.
Because her narrative arc kind of demands she get better, especially considering, considering what she's up against.
Yeah. Okay. I just have to find something real quick.
Speaking of which, if you ever want to throw him in a campaign, by all means.
Is this royalty free?
He
Damn.
is there to be the party punching bag.
I'm just. Ooh.
I think I just.
I made a villain too good.
Let's get through this.
What?
Oh, Octavia arc stuff.
Oh boy. It's not her uncle, is it?
It very much could be.
He is her uncle, right? Or was it
Yes,
like a different character? Yeah.
No, that's fully canon. He is.
Oh god.
Okay. So y'all go to sleep. Turning for the night.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yep.
So y'all go back to sleep after that encounter with Adam. And night is pretty peaceful. Not much happens. Y'all have a really good sleep. I know for the elves, it's a trance. You guys wake up in a while. But yeah. I'll just say, just to make it easy, y'all wake up and the sun is high in the sky. And as you guys leave your guys' room, trying to think, you do see James at the top of the stairs. And he's just kind of watching as some people are walking inside the castle. He doesn't
We are
notice.
level 5 right now, right?
Pardon?
We are level 5 right now, right?
Yes.
She smiles at him and waves.
James he's just standing there. Seems like he's lost in thought. I assume you guys have to take the stairs. As you draw.
Yeah, I was gonna say, yeah, she'll walk past.
You guys walk past him, and he does. The only thing you guys hear from him is just "Good morning."
She smiles and says, "Good morning. How are you?"
He doesn't reply.
Ooh, oh no. Oh no. She's gonna wave her hand in front of his face.
You do that, and his eyes they blink a couple times, and he's just like, "Oh, sorry. I'm so sorry about that. I've just been in a little bit of deep thought this morning. Sorry about that." And he smiles.
Oh, no worries at all. She smiled.
I hope you guys have a very good morning.
Thank you. You as well.
And he just stays there.
Ooh.
Do you guys head out of the castle and head down to the quote unquote toy shop?
Yeah.
Yep.
Okay. So you guys make your way.
Mm-hmm.
You guys make your way out of the castle. And let me look at the handy dandy little map that I had made. Where is it? Where is it? No. I found it. You start making your way down the first path that you guys can see. And passing through, there's a couple people here and there. They're all just kind of minding their own business, kind of just in their own world. There we go. Just had to turn something down. And they all, some of them smile, some of them wave, a lot of them just, they go about their day. But as you get closer to the one area, you do see Adam. Instead of being inside the shop like he said he was going to, he's actually outside the shop at the moment. You actually do see him kind of funneling with some keys.
By the way, how many of the brothers had departed?
So currently, 2 of them, aka the oldest, have gone to Athabas. And then the 2 youngest are heading down to Eltron. And then, then you have Adam and then his other brother who are still in Sexuum.
Okie dokie. I think just due to the sheer numbers advantage, Aaron should probably go like as a single person on the mission, and the other 2, I don't know.
Yeah. But yeah, do you guys obviously head up to him?
Yeah, of course.
Okay. You guys head up to him and he's still kind of just messing with the keys, not really hearing anybody next to him. You actually see that on the little key ring that he has, there's like at least 6 keys on there, and he's just like, which one is it? Come on, it has to be one of these. Come on. Come on. See? Anybody say something to him?
Huh?
Anybody want to say anything to him, maybe? Or
So, no time like the present, eh?
you say that to him and he almost drops the keys for a second. And he looks at you guys and just goes, "Oh, yeah. I was not expecting you guys to be so up and early. But whatever."
They have to. By the way, remind me, were there skeletons left over in the village?
In the village, no. Well, actually, there was of the elders. A lot.
Perfect.
Yeah.
Then I have a nice and filled roster. Not filled to the optimum thing,
Yeah.
probably. Like, I'm not gonna throw. I'm not gonna throw 12 skeletons at you. Just 8.
Yeah. But likewise, Adam from looks down at his keys. It's just like, just trying to figure out which key it is. I was told which one, but maybe. And he reaches for the last key on the ring, and he's just like, maybe it's this one. And you see him just put it into the keyhole, and you see it turn, and then you'll hear an audible just click. And he goes, oh my goodness, I have been working with this key for like 10 minutes. And takes the key out and opens the door. And you see him kind of looking to the sides. He's like, okay, come on, get inside. I can't have my brother see you guys just yet. And then he, like I said, he motions for you guys to come in. You guys go in?
Yep.
Okay. You guys make your way inside, and you see a lot of the toys that were once, like, put up neatly and whatnot have actually been all placed inside boxes at this point. There's just one shelf that has not been touched just yet, which were the porcelain dolls.
Oh.
And you see Adam just making his way behind the desk. He's just like, ignore the boxes. We were all just told to clean up the spot just in case something happens. We just have to make it into the tunnels. And he leads you guys back behind the desk into the hallway, and then into that big room that you guys once heard all of them talking. And you see him lift up the hatch that leads down into the tunnels, and he opens it and he just goes, you guys go in first. That way I can close it.
Orc waits for River 2 to go in and then closes the hatch behind them. Like, I mean,
Hmm.
after he goes in, he closes the hatch.
I will become Mr. Business.
Okay.
I will become back my money. Edmund Macmillan. The fucking stupid Binding of Isaac copy pasta.
Yeah.
Edmund Macmillan. You made a you little fucker. You made a shit of peace with your trash, Isaac. I hope when you're next time a cow on a trash farm, you sucker. I will become back my money.
Okay. So y'all get into the tunnel, like the little tunnel area. And as Adam closes it, you guys follow behind Adam as he leads you down the very familiar path that you had seen before. And he takes you into that one room that, at least for Yulin and Oryx saw. For you, Leanne, you had not seen it. So,
Okay.
you guys go in there, and you see that it's actually a lot more packed up as well. There's a lot more boxes with stuff, like labeled and whatnot. And Adam just mentions, like I said, we're just packing stuff up just in case this doesn't happen or go according to plan. And he goes over to an open crate, and he pulls out a large, basically scroll, and he unfolds it and places it on the ground, and he looks at it and goes, well, it's basically the weird little tunnel system that we got. And he actually gets on the ground and he points. He's like, and this one is where we're at. And he traces his finger all the way down. He's like, and traces it all the way to the side. And he's like, and right here is El Tehran. His finger goes right back up to the same spot and then goes down another path and stops. And he goes, that is Thebes. Man. The fact that we had all this stupidly planned out. Can't stand it. Well, it's not going to be important, and he actually picks up the paper, rolls it back up, and he just rips it in half. He's like, this is not needed. Use this to burn stuff if need be. But yeah. I can show you the one tunnel that leads underneath the castle if you would like to see it. Just so you know what we were doing. But yeah. You guys want to do at the moment? Or
Oh. Mm. Okay, wait. I'm sorry. So we're in.
yeah, you guys are in the tunnel. You guys are in the side area that they had that meeting in when you guys wait,
Okay. Wait, so the other guy isn't actually there.
not yet.
The other brother.
Yeah, he's not there yet.
The guy who's accompanying us is though?
Yeah, Adam is there.
Do you know where your brother is? She says in Eloin's voice from Mr. Business's body.
Well,
What a mental image.
he should be here soon. I usually have to be the one to unlock the door, that way he can get in, so hopefully a couple minutes he'll be here. And usually he'll be like, oh, we should keep packing more stuff up, even though all we got left is just those dumb dolls. But besides that, it'd just be like a couple minutes. Like I said, if you guys want to see at least the one tunnel that's close by for underneath the castle, I can show you it.
Sure thing.
Did you say something? I didn't quite hear it.
Sure thing.
Okay. So he motions for you guys to follow, and he leads you guys outside of the little meeting tunnel room and takes you down the main tunnel path. And after quite a bit, he says, he points to the one tunnel on to the left. He's like, this is one we gotta go through. And he takes you through it, and it doesn't take very long before you guys get to a very, it's smaller than that meeting room area, but it's still quite big. And in the center is a bunch of barrels with like a red paint kind of job on it, and all of it say gunpowder on it. And there's about, I would say, at least 5 barrels. Yep. This is all we really could get, at least for here. Like I said, didn't want to cause too much damage.
Sorry, you're cutting.
Sorry. How much did you hear? Or if any?
Not much.
Okay. Then I don't know how much I have to tell you. Basically, he takes you down the tunnels, and he points to the one on the left. He takes you down that tunnel, and he brings you to a room that is a little bit smaller than the room that you guys were already in, but still a little bit bigger. And in the center is about 5 barrels that all are labeled as gunpowder.
Right. Is anyone able to create water?
I don't think
Afraid
so.
not.
It'd be so much easier if we could.
Yeah, I mean, the only other option I can think that could work is just, I don't know. I really got nothing. You just see Adam just crossing his arms.
Do you have barrels of water down here that you drink from?
No, not really. We rather just
I
go up
see.
to the surface to get anything else.
I see. Great for a tunneling operation where you'll likely be underground for multiple days at a time.
Yeah, that's usually why this has been going on for like years at least. I honestly have no clue how long this has been going on. But it's just been a lot of time and effort, and usually we would just, if we get tired, we come back up and have water or food or whatnot, and sometimes we just take it with us. But yeah, there's really not much else past that. Let me just get rid of that. But yeah. And you do see Adam just kind of turning away and kind of heading out of the tunnel area, that tunnel space.
Remember, everyone, if things get violent, non-lethal.
Noted.
We don't want to kill these people. We owe Adam that much.
You guys follow behind Adam or just kind of stay where you are?
I'll follow behind.
Actually, real quick,
Mhm.
how big are the barrels of gunpowder relative to the size of the opening of a bag of holding?
I think a bag of holding can only hold like 5 cubic feet, so basically 1 barrel of gunpowder can fit in a bag of holding, I believe.
Volume of 64 cubic feet, I think.
Okay.
That's what the thing says here.
No, that is not a bag of holding. Not even a
I'm
handy
looking at
knapsack.
Mm.
I'm looking at the bag of holding for both 2014 and 2024, and it says 64 cubic feet.
see.
Yeah, 64 cubic feet. That's 5 foot by 5 foot by 5 foot. Well,
Uh,
8 foot by. No, that's. Hold on. No, wait.
the bag can hold up to 500
Si-
pounds, not exceeding the volume of 64 cubic feet.
Yeah, that's 4 by 4 by 4. That's less than 5 foot by 5 foot by 5 foot.
Hmm.
That's 4 foot by 4 foot by 4 foot.
Ah, and how big were the barrels again?
I would say. Trying to think. They are.
Are they like the size of a square in D&D?
Mm, I'm actually trying to visualize them in my head first.
They're like Baldur's Gate 3 barrels.
Yes.
So, yeah, each one would be about a bag of holdings worth.
Hmm.
This ain't BG3 where you can just give Karlak 7 barrels of gunpowder.
Yeah, I didn't think we were disappearing all of those, but like storing one safely would be better than nothing. Ah well.
So, um, and I already know, Evelyn, you said you were gonna follow behind Adam, but how about the other two? You're gonna follow behind him?
Yep.
Okay. So you guys follow behind Adam, and you see him get close to the room that you guys were previously in, and you see him stop for a second, and
The room where it happens.
But you see him, like I said, he stops, and he put his hand onto the dirt wall, and he kind of looks over into the room, and he turns to you guys and goes, "Well, my brother's here. I didn't know that he came through. Ah, shit. Oh, this can go one of two ways. I go in, try to get him to not suspect anything, and he
We go.
pauses.
We can go for the subtler option first.
Oh my.
Minimize any potential bloodshed.
Yeah.
If you could get that sending stone off his hands, perhaps we could safely subdue him from there.
Exactly. And if he doesn't trust you, maybe he'll trust the one technically in charge of the operation.
Yeah. And like I said, he goes and looks back, and he's just like, I can see where the stone is. I just feel like he's gonna fight me on it. He for some reason has become very possessive of it, to the point that if I even mention it, he starts acting out. And he's not even the youngest. But I can try and talk to him. And then if it goes bad, well, try and tie him up. That might work.
Nice. Definitely an option.
Yeah.
I've had my fair share of doing that. Did it just last week. This week.
He looks at you and just goes, "Oh?
A cultist.
Oh. Huh. Interesting. I might have to ask you about that later."
They were trying to siphon the power of a dormant god.
Huh.
Real fucked up stuff.
Sounds about right. Haven't really heard much about that, but that does kind of sound a bit fucked up. But, I mean, you see him kind of like shaking himself up, and he's trying to get himself prepared for what's gonna happen. He's like, well, if you hear screaming or me calling for you guys, that's when you guys can come in, okay?
Should I come in with you?
He was...
Well, I am Mr. Business.
Yeah. just wait for my call, okay? Or scream.
All right, sure.
And
Actually, I think I might have a better idea. And Oracle cast invisibility on himself.
Hmm.
oh, that was interesting.
I'll just step in and keep an eye on things.
Okay. And Adam just goes, well, other way. Let me see if I can do this real quick. And you see Adam just kind of turn the corner, and you do hear him start talking to his brother. He's like, "Hey, what you doing? Where's your son? Where's your kid?" He's off sleeping. Don't want to bother him with this one. I know usually they like to come and see everything, you know, have a little bit of enjoyment, but I can't let him see this, you know that. Yeah, you are true in that, but you never know. You like bringing your kid to almost anything. Ever since you've adopted him. Is there something wrong with that? Oh, nope. Nothing wrong with that. Just saying he's adopted. So, do you know anything about what's gonna be happening? He's just gonna go, like, oh, well, if it doesn't happen, it doesn't happen. Who cares? Everything's gonna happen for a reason. And here, the other brother is going, yeah. But today's almost the big day. We just have a little bit more time, and soon we'll all be in some form of government. It'll be wonderful. And you hear Adam go, yeah, I guess. But this is what we're gonna do. This is what we're gonna do. You hear the other brother just, hey, you joined in on this. It does not matter. You'll all be fine. And you hear Adam just going, yeah, it'll be all good. And after a while, it becomes very quiet. For you, Oric, you do see this individual. He's a bit taller than Adam. He has a little bit longer hair, a little bit of like scruff on his face. He's a little bit more kinda not entirely formal, very casual formal attire. He does also look a bit tired, but that could play into the fact that he had a kid. But you are watching these two brothers just kind of standing off, kind of very distant from each other. But you do see, and then for everybody else, hear Adam go, so, you have that stone, correct? Then you see the other brother just going, yes, I always have the stone with me. As soon as I hear that we're all good to go, I'm gonna grab it as soon as possible. And Adam just goes, yeah, but, I mean, I've not seen it. I've not seen that stone ever since, well, and the other brother goes, since what? Since Craig entrusted me with it? You become too obsessed with what he does, you know? Yeah, he trusts me with it. Because he knows that I'm not going to use it all the time. I'm going to use it when I need it. To inform them if something happens. And if something happens, I'm going to tell them. If this all goes bad, I'm going to be the one to tell them. So why does that bother you? Well, I don't know. Maybe I just want to feel like I'm more special, you know? I mean, our youngest are off to Helteron. I mean, that sounds like a great adventure right there. And obviously the other two going to Thebes. I've not been there. And yet we're both stuck here, having to do all this. Maybe I just want to feel a little special. York, you see the other brother, he just shakes his head and crosses his arms. He's like, I don't get you. I really don't, Adam. You've always been weak. I have to admit it. You've always been weak. Every plan that we've done, you don't want to do it. Every idea that we all have, you don't think it goes well. This is the first time that you have admitted this sounds like a good idea, and now you are wishy-washy about everything. You doubt that you have any skill in this, doubt all of this. You're important. I'm gonna be the one in the tunnels for this one. You get to be on top, taking a little bit of credit for helping. That's important for this, you know that. So why do you care this much? It's a stupid stone that we can talk to each other for. Shouldn't matter. If you wanted to know how to do this yourself, you should have become a wizard. If it's that important. Adam, then, at least for York, he turns and he looks at his brother. He's like, yeah, I am going to be the one taking credit for wanting to help. Because that means I'll be the one that gets into it. But the other ones on top, they all have theirs. Why couldn't I have gotten one? I mean, Craig and Chris, they each got their own. Why couldn't we have at least afford another one for me? Huh? I feel like that's not fair. But if you want to become possessive of that thing, fine. Maybe it might control your brain or something. I don't know. You've heard those stories of people become insane.
5G.
Yeah. You've heard stories of people becoming just crazed with power because of something given to them. That was one
Oh,
time.
not the rig.
That was one time, and we all knew Dad was lying. The fact that you believe it. It's like, I fully believe it. I know for a fact that it was true. Maybe I don't have, like, a full recounting, or maybe there's no history of it, but I know for a fact it's probably true. Because, I mean, look at you. Possessive of it. Possessive of a stone. You're just as brain dead as the others. Brain dead? Of what? Of all this? I think you're the one that's weak. You will always be weak. I am not weak in... Or you actually see Adam getting up into his brother's face, and he's just like, I am not weak. If you want to see weakness, and you actually see Adam step back, and he's like, then how would you be able to... And as before he even finishes it, he goes and punches his brother in the shoulder really hard that it knocks him off his feet.
I think it's intervention time.
Hold on. For you guys, you hear it, but you don't, obviously, yeah, you don't see it, but if you want to intervene, you can go ahead. You want to?
No.
No?
What's going on here? Mr. Business will walk out of the door.
Adam turns, looks at you, and the brother who fell onto the floor gets up a little bit, but gets himself propped up on his elbows, and he's just looking. He's like,
The hells do you think you're fighting over?
we're fighting over nothing. And he looks over at his brother. He looks over at Adam. He's like, fighting over something stupid.
And what might that be?
He looks over at you, and he's like, Nothing that I feel like concerns you. You're not.
It's something about a stone.
Were you eavesdropping on us?
Your fighting was so loud I could hear you from the goddamn surface.
You eavesdrop.
Still. It's a stupid stone that does not matter. And Adam chimes in, he's like, it's a stone that you are. And before he even continues, he walks off a little bit and then right back to his brother. And you actually see him holding onto his shoulders. And he's like, I'm tired of this. I am tired of all of this. I don't want to be part of this any fucking more. This has been nothing but useless. Tony, you know this is useless. This is stupid, absurd. We don't need to be doing this. There could be people in that building right now, and they would all get hurt from this. Yeah, you want to say this is good. Well, I don't want to be part of it. And he actually does go over and reaches for the stone that's in his brother's front pocket. And Tony's hand grabs onto his brother and he's like, don't touch that, you snake.
Every single one of the bodyguards, minus Bonula Jones, of course, draws their bow. Aiming it directly at the brother.
Get his ass.
Tony hears some of the noise and he looks over and he's like,
No, Tony. Don't jeopardize this whole thing just from one stone.
this is still so fucking pointless.
Looks like you're in a bad position, aren't you? As she begins shifting back into her original form.
Tony's eyes.
Is Tony? I was gonna say, is Tony still holding the stone?
He has his hand on his brother's, who is reaching into his pocket. So technically, at the moment, Adam is close to the stone, while Tony's just holding onto his brother's wrist, death gripping him almost.
I was gonna see if I could, like, since Oryx invisible, I was gonna see if I could, like, shove him to help Adam pull the stone out, but I'm gonna not get involved just yet.
Okay. Tony, seeing you change, Evelyn, he just goes, changeling. What the fuck did you involve with us? And before he goes to say anymore, Adam with his other hand just punches him square in the forehead, and you see Tony's head just fall right back onto the ground. He's like, this could have been fucking easy if you would have just agreed. And you see Adam reach more into his brother's pocket and takes out the stone.
Is the brother conscious?
He's unconscious at the moment.
Ah, damn. Rip hearing the fun slur that he was about to say.
Adam turns to you, Evelyn, and he's like, well, that actually kind of felt good. I've always wanted to punch him.
I'm very glad. It seemed like the punchable sort.
Yeah. He was always one that'd like to get on the rest of us for shit when he deserved a lot more. We just always couldn't. Tony was almost the baby, even though he's not.
Right. Shall we away?
Yeah, let me take care of him real quick. And you see Adam reaching out into his back pocket, and you see him pulling out a small, very tiny wad of rope. And he reaches down and he starts wrapping his brother up in the rope. He's like, ugh, this is not going to be the prettiest, and he will probably escape this. But I'm going to try and
Not if I leave one of my guys back here.
You're willing to sacrifice one of them just in case he comes to?
Absolutely.
You guys are interesting.
He's not exactly a person.
Huh. Really?
Yep. He can be brought back easily enough.
Huh. Neat. Maybe I should take up what my brother said. Maybe I should get into magic.
It's a long road.
Yeah, I've heard quite a
A
few.
lot of dogs.
Yeah. Well. Oh, what do I need to do first? You see Adam with the stone.
Actually.
Oh.
I'll leave one bodyguard and Jones here to watch over, so that I can keep one eye out through Jones.
Okay.
I can occasionally switch my vision and senses to be through Jones
Yeah.
to, like, just have a remote camera, basically.
Yeah.
Hold on, wait a minute. No, wait. Ah, fuck, hold on. Find familiar 2024. God damn it.
Within 100 feet, unfortunately, yeah.
Fuck! Okay, Vernia Jones is coming with me. God damn it.
It was worth a shot.
Never mind. Yeah, that's what I was checking. I thought I was wrong.
Yeah.
I thought it was a mile.
I thought it was either 100 feet or unlimited. Leaning towards 100 feet. But, yes.
But Adam with the stone, he just looks at it, he's like, so, I was not told how to actually use this. You guys know how to use
It's
this?
not. Honestly. I think the element of surprise could be a lot more useful than running the risk of arousing suspicion. They could speed up. Right now, they don't think anything's happening. They think we're right on schedule. That ignorance is good.
Yeah.
Frankly, I think there would be a lot of suspicion if you were talking on his sending stone, seeing as they didn't trust you with one. And if they asked where he is, he wouldn't be able to talk for you.
Yeah. Okay. Then what would be best to do? Just let everything happen on their end, or
I say we go after him.
go after them?
Yeah. Split up. Chase each pair.
Yeah. That could always work.
Me and my skeletons on one. These two on the other.
And just have me just stay here.
You could come along with one of the groups if you wanted. Also, and bodyguards had a character instead of skeletons.
Yeah.
Because
Well. Okay, well, the best thing I can at least do is, yeah, just follow with one of you guys. I mean, I have the stone. Can always mess with them on that if something were to happen.
us. Are they walking?
Hmm?
When did they leave?
They left yesterday.
Do you think they'll also be sleeping?
Probably, yeah.
So we have a chance of catching up with them. Especially if we go quick.
Yeah. I mean, well, the two going to Thebes, it really won't take them too long. The ones to
Then we have
Elteron.
no time to lose.
Hmm?
Then we have no time to lose.
Yeah. Okay. That's the case.
I wonder if any of these tunnels go to my home.
Well, we were trying to go to one spot. It was gonna take too long.
Of course. Probably a good thing, honestly.
Yeah. But either way, things have been different. So, a little bit of luck there. But either way, I'll follow with one of you guys.
Nice.
To those who are going to find to an Elteron, you might be able to catch up to them. But the Thebes is going to be the one that's going to be tough. It's like that's the oldest. But if you guys believe that this can work, it's going to work.
Perfect.
Okay. So now it's the big decision: who's going where?
I figure Auric and Octavia can handle the Eltron people.
Yeah.
Okay. Then
That leaves me with the therapist.
Yeah.
And the elders.
with that, Adam does look at you, Yolan, and he goes, "I'll join you with that one."
So you are with me?
Yeah.
Perfect.
In that case, they can't see it obviously because he's still invisible, but Auric will reach out and touch both Elwyn and Adam and give them both wards.
Okay. Let me.
So
Yes.
that is 14 temporary hit points to both of them.
Cheers for that.
Be safe.
You too. Be back here.
Okay. And with that, Adam does lead you guys to.
No, what am I saying? Meet back at the inn. Not staying in this dingy, dismal place.
Oops.
No offense.
Not taken. But with that, Adam does take you guys down to the tunnels once more, and he tells you, Auric and Octavia, he points down to the one in the center. He's like, that one, basically almost a straight shot to a Thebes. Not Thebes, fuck. Elteron. Really, it's basically just a straight shot. There's a couple areas that are a little bit carved out. That's what we used to sleep a little bit. Just check that when you can. I highly doubt they'll use them, but if they do, you'll see them there. And he points to the other tunnel. He's like, That's the one to Thebes. Pretty much also straight shot. So yeah. Hopefully you guys are able to either defeat my brothers or convince them to turn back. Just grab their sending stone and just let us know what happens.
Will do.
I
Why
will,
not?
I will say try not to kill them, but whatever you gotta do, just do it. So yeah. Everybody heads down their respective tunnel, and you guys now set off. As you guys start making your way down the paths, you hold on. I'm not gonna do music now. I'm going to do something else. As you guys make your way through for everybody, the tunnels are very, like, such straight shot. There are different carved out grooved areas that have torches that seem like they've just always been lit. How it's been done, Adam at least doesn't know. Never mind that. The travel goes very smooth. You guys don't come across anything just yet. As the day does go by, for you, Oric, and Octavia, you do start to hear a couple of voices.
By the way, I think I've got to go and get some water right now because I'm thirsty.
Okay. Yeah, go get some water.
So yeah, the
Yeah.
Auric and Octavia stuff can be handled.
Yeah.
Hopefully.
Yeah.
Hopefully you don't die.
She comes back and both of you are dead.
Huh.
But you two do hear a couple voices off in the distance. It's up to you if you want to do a perception check to try and hear what they're talking about, but that's completely up to you guys.
I'll give that a shot.
Okay.
That is a 11.
And Leon, did you want to as well?
That is a 14.
Okay. For the both of you, you can kind of pick out bits and pieces about what is being said. For you, Octavia, you do kind of hear a little bit more, though. For you, you hear these two voices. You hear one that's a little bit higher pitched a little bit, and another voice that is a little deeper. And you hear them both talking about how, well, actually, since you... Actually, no, never mind. I'm not going to say more past that. I'm not going to go into more past that, but you, like I said, you hear their voices. And, like I said, Octavia, you hear more about what they're talking about. You hear, oh, this is going to be so good. Everything's going to work out perfectly. And you hear the other voice going, but it's a bit distant. Yeah, it's kind of strange, though. Like, I can see the city, but it's strange looking. And you hear the other voice going, what's strange about it? So far from what I can see... Oh. Wait, right, I'm in the tunnel, so I can't see. But at least from the tunnel perspective, it's not bad looking.
Huh. And I don't recognize them?
No, you don't. The voices you don't recognize. But you both do point put two and two together, those voices are probably the other brothers that Adam mentioned.
I reiterate this to Oric.
Who have they changed my city?
He nods.
Can't afford to worry about that right now. We have a job to do.
You guys keep on walking, and a little bit over time, you do notice that the voice is actually becoming more like louder. And as you keep moving forward, you do see you just see one individual, and he's holding up a stone similar to the one that you saw Adam holding, and he's talking into it. And you see he had stopped, and he's going, "What do you mean you want to take a break now? I could keep going. This is nothing." Of course you want to stop because you want to make sure that the horse is fine. The horse is going to be fine. Whatever. If you want to take a break, that's fine. But tell me, what does Elteron look like? I've not seen it. And you hear on the other end, very faint though, you hear, well, it's weird looking. More in the way of, I can see these buildings, but I also see fire, so I don't know what happened. Like, you're sure you didn't set anything off, right? And you see the one in the tunnel going, I didn't set anything off. I'm still in the tunnel, man. What are you talking about? And as the person in front of you does that, he kind of looks around in front of him and then starts to look off to the side and catches a glimpse of you two and kind of stops and goes, Johnny, there are two people here.
Oric's still invisible, just so you know.
Oh, I thought it doesn't last forever, doesn't it?
It lasts for an hour. Maybe it's been long enough, but
Yeah, it's been about an hour for at least close to
all
an
right. Well,
hour.
fair enough then.
Yeah.
Wait, only an hour walk to Elteron?
No, you guys are the travel to Eltron is actually longer than an hour. But when you get to a certain area, you actually have a better time seeing Elteron, but they're still a whiles away.
How far away is the person holding the stone from us?
At least, I would say 20-ish, 30-ish feet away.
Okay. Can I use Starlight Step to like blink up next to him and try and grab the stone out of his hand?
Yeah, go for it. Does it?
All right. Would that be like a Starlight Step is just a 30-foot teleport as bonus action. For grabbing the stone, would that be like sleight of hand or?
Yeah, give me sleight of hand.
All right. That is an 18.
Okay. Yeah, he sees you both, and all of a sudden you're just gone, and he feels your hand for a second just grabbing at the stone. And his reaction time is piss poor, because he looks back at his hand and sees that the stone is gone. And he's like, what the fuck? And he looks around and sees you, and he's just like,
I'm afraid this scheme of yours ends here.
shit. How did you know?
I don't think that's your biggest problem right now. Would you like to surrender or make things difficult?
The kid's mouth is open wide. He is dumbfounded. He's just, you know what? I'm young. I got much to live. I'm not fighting you. I'm not fighting you one bit. And his hands just go up. He's just like, nah, I can't fight this.
Ah, wisdom beyond your years. Excellent. Octavia, would you happen to have any rope?
She does. She smiles. She asks.
Uh, Oric will tie him up somewhat gently.
Hell yeah.
The kid just
He's
lets
being a
you.
good sport. He's cooperating.
Yeah, the kid just lets you. He's just like, damn. Can't believe this has happened. I can't believe you done this.
I can't believe you done this.
I can't say what the council will make of this, but do try and keep out of this sort of thing in the future.
That's what happens when I listen to my big brother. You're not with the council, right?
You'll see.
And he kind of just deflates as his head just goes down. It's like, great. And I'll say from the stone that's in your... do you still have it in your hand?
I think Oric would have put it in his pocket.
Okay, in your pocket, you hear just muffled yelling. Just like, what's going on? Who's there? What? And you just hear a lot of just words. A lot of it not making sense. You do hear a couple curse words as well. Like, what the fuck?
Well, I suppose we've lost the element of surprise somewhat, but confusion is almost as good. Let's hurry up ahead.
So you guys just leave the kid there.
I guess if you wouldn't mind walking yourself back to the central area, I suppose we'll meet you back there and we'll make sure nothing happens to you.
Okay. And you see him trying to stand.
Escort him.
You're saying escort him?
Don't just leave it up to self-volition.
Good, the kid does get up eventually.
How long would it take for one of us to walk him back to the central area and then go back to where we were?
Since it took you guys about an hour to get to where you are now, it would take you about another hour to get back to the central area, and then another hour back.
That's time I'm not sure we have.
Yeah. I mean, the kid does kind of look up at you as he finally gets himself on his feet. He's just like, "No, trust me, I will just walk myself back. I mean, I can't do anything with my hands, so there's not much I can do."
I'm willing to give him the benefit of the doubt.
So he just goes. He just starts walking, very penguin-like. He's just like, "This is embarrassing. Should never been part of this. Adam was right." He just keeps walking.
Well, it's a learning experience.
You guys just keep walking on?
Yep.
Okay. You guys keep walking on, and as the time goes, you realize that as the tunnel keeps going, it slightly dips a little bit here and there, like it's kind of going down, until you get to, after quite a while of walking, you get to a spot where there's this like weird like side tunnel that's going like in a staircase up, and you do see a tiny bit of light that's coming from it.
And that's a side tunnel, you said?
Yeah, it's a side tunnel that's going up.
Can we hear anything from either direction?
In the direction that's going forward, you don't really hear much. In the direction of where that's leading, you hear very faintly, just a couple birds chirping.
Hmm. Would it be possible to use minor illusion to recreate the kid's voice?
I have no clue. I don't know if it. What the hell, computer? I went to type and it said nah. What? Huh? What the hell is going on? Why can I not type? I just want to type something. Wonder if it can actually do that. You create
Here,
a
let me copy the
sound. Yeah.
text.
Create a sound or image of an object within range that lasts for the duration. The illusion also ends if you dismiss it. If you create a sound, its volume can range from whisper to a scream. It can be your voice, someone else's voice, a lion's roar, beating drums, or any other sound you choose. Okay. Yeah. You can easily do that.
So Orc will just say into the stone in the kid's voice, "Where are you?"
You hear on the other end just, Kelly, you're there. Oh, sweet. Oh my goodness. Thank the gods. I thought they would have gotten you. Well, I'm close to a couple trees up here. I can see our little yes, I see it. I see our little sign here. Emergency tunnel. Yes, I see it right here. Is everything okay? Are you guys fine?
Could you meet me at the foot of the stairs? I think something's going on in the tunnel.
Yes, I'll do that for you. Just give me 1 second. And you do hear the faintness of a horse as the sound dies off. And
All right. Orc puts the stone back in his pocket.
after a couple minutes, you hear footsteps, very kind of quickly, but still trying to be careful, coming down the steps as you hear the voice from the stone going, Kelly, where are you? I'm here. I'm almost here. Just please, I need to see you. And just as he makes the final step, he looks to the right and then looks to the left, and he sees the both of you and just stops. Goes, "You're not Kelly. Where is my brother?"
He is perfectly unharmed, and you will be as well as long as you come quietly.
You see him just kind of taking you both in. His eyes just kind of darting around. And for a brief second, you see his hand just kind of going to his side for a second before he looks down and goes, shit. And he looks back up at you guys. It's like, I guess I have no choice in this.
Indeed. So please just hold still while we tie you up, and you'll be with Kelly in just a moment. Well, relatively speaking, it'll take a few hours to go back through the tunnel, of course.
Fine. And he does reluctantly let you guys tie him up.
Does he seem to have any weapons on him?
You do see the place where he went to go reach for is just a holster. There's no sword in it. It looked like it did have it, but at some point it either fell off or he forgot to put it back in. So it's not by his side. But you also see near his ankle that he has a very small, kind of tiny dagger that's there.
Orc will take that and hold on to it for safekeeping.
He feels you do that. And he's just like, hey, I'm gonna need that back. Obviously,
Well,
not now.
Yes, in the long run, when you're, a free citizen again, you can have it back. I'll hold on to it for you.
He just kind of just grunts at you and looks away. So,
All right then, off we go.
so you guys have known about this.
For a fair while, yes.
Was it that individual that we saw who came into the tunnels, talked about how they can join us in on this?
Why don't you ask him yourself next time you see him?
With pleasure. And with that, do you guys walk with him or do you guys still continue forward?
I mean, there was only supposed to be two of them, right?
Yeah, only two.
So I guess we walk with him back to the central clearing where Kelly should be.
Okay. So yeah, you guys make your way back to where the central clearing and where Kelly is, and then and then on the other flip side with Evelyn and Adam, you guys make your way to the tunnel that leads to Atheabus, where where the other two brothers are gonna be at.
The elders.
The elder brothers. And along the way, Adam does tell you that the one on the surface is gonna be Chris, and the one in the tunnel is Craig, and he is the oldest. In that he is very, he will probably be fighting. He doesn't want this to go out of pocket. He wants this to work.
Not if I have anything to say about it. He's gonna come quietly.
Adam he just
Quiet.
smiles at that.
He's gonna come quietly as a sleeping baby.
Hopefully he does.
Have you got some rope?
Yeah, I got at least another one in my
Perfect.
pocket.
I have some, but conservation of resources.
Yeah. But Craig he's always been kind of like the leader of us.
Craig?
Huh?
Craig.
Not Craig. Craig.
I know.
Craig has always just acted like he was a leader with all of us. In a way, he saw it as him being protective of us, but to be frank...
Eldest does tend to do that.
Yeah. A lot of times, not when
Gods
need
know
be.
my eldest sibling is that. Remind me, where are you in the age hierarchy?
Well, currently we're just dealing with the stuff only in Sanctum at the moment. So...
What?
Sorry, I did not hear most of what you said.
Where are you in the age hierarchy?
On the age hierarchy? Sorry.
Yeah.
Sorry,
No
So,
worries.
he tells you, he's like, from oldest, Craig's the oldest, then Chris, and then Tony, the one I knocked unconscious, and then me, and then Johnny, and Kelly. Kelly is the baby, basically.
Hold on. Did I establish that I was the youngest, or just had 7 older siblings?
At least with me, I think you had
'Cause
said...
I would probably say that there are younger siblings as well.
Yeah, I'm trying to...
Those motherfuckers are breeding like rabbits.
Let's...
Funny.
Bunny.
But yes. Yeah.
But I feel like the toughest is gonna be Craig.
Of course.
He quite literally is just beaten differently. So, yeah.
I'll do my best to subdue peacefully.
I'll try to talk some sense into them as best as I can.
You can do that when they're safe.
Yes.
And you're safe from them.
Yes.
If they really won't listen to reason, like you said, at least in their current position, then I think it would be best to get a position of leverage over them.
Yeah.
Picking up some background noises
Yeah.
there, Leanne.
Leanne?
Huh?
Picking up some background noise there.
Yeah, just a... It's very muffled. You all good?
Yeah, I mean, I'm fine. I literally, like, my dad's in the living room, but I don't hear anything else.
Okay. I don't know how it keeps popping, like, peeking through a little bit. Either way. As you and Adam talk a little bit, over time, the travel is a lot similar to what it was on the surface, maybe a little bit quicker. But at some point, you hear, just one singular voice. Your one voice, and Adam actually does kind of jerk his head up a little bit, and he's like, "Oh, okay. Hold on, just real quick. Did I say? I can't remember who I said was on the surface. I can't remember if I said Chris was on the surface or what. That's why I need to write shit down. I'm gonna say. Just give me 1 second. Okay. So whatever I had said previously, I forgot. So, this is what we're gonna do. Instead, so I'm gonna say originally, who was on top was Chris, and who was on bottom was Craig. That's what I'm gonna say Adam said, but I honestly can't remember what I had initially said. But instead, Adam tells you that he hears, Chris's voice in the tunnel. He's like, did they switch? Or... That makes no sense. Huh.
What if it's both of them?
I mean...
I can take both of them, to be fair.
I know at some point we made little staircases to the surface. Maybe you were close to one? I don't know. And I'll say, you guys get a lot more closer over time. And at some point, Evelyn, if you want to give me a perception check.
Oh boy.
And then I will just do a flat roll for Adam.
16.
Okay. Yeah, Adam, he is having a hard time kind of piecing some of what's being said, but you do. You do hear this voice. A lot more deep. A very, very gravel. and he's just kind of talking to himself. At least from what you can tell. He is just saying, man, this is either gonna go amazing or I'm gonna die.
Oh,
I mean, it makes sense on why Craig wanted to
Ah.
switch. He didn't want to accidentally get hurt.
how far away am I from him?
You can't really see him, at least for now. The more you guys do keep walking, at some point you do see him. So
This guy's preparing to light fuse.
do you say that to Adam?
Very quietly.
I didn't think we were that close to it.
At least mentally preparing.
Yeah. I mean, it's Chris. He sometimes has to hype himself up to do anything. Even as simple as just talking to people. Yet he just always looks like he knows what he's doing. And the more you guys keep walking, you realize that
Oh, fucking... I'm going to cast a spell.
okay,
Unseen Servant.
okay. How does...
Actually, no. No, what the fuck would I even be able to do with that? Literally, I can't see the guy, so I can't, like, send an invisible servant to, like, steal a fucking box of matches or something. And it has a range of 60 feet or whatever. Yeah, never mind. Alright, on with the show.
But likewise, like I said, you guys are coming up to this individual, and he's not really moving. He seems to just be talking to himself. Adam kind of steps off to the side a little bit just to see forward, and he comes back to you and he's like, yeah, we have a little bit more walking to do. I don't know why he stopped here.
On.
Yeah. But I'll say, for you both, you hear Chris still talking. He seems to be a little bit hunched in on himself. And he is still muttering. He's like, the fact that I'm going to be doing this. The fact that I'm the one doing this. I really should have I should have gone for the bow. I should have, but I'm just doing it this way.
Oh. I'm going to sprint.
I'm going to sprint.
Yes.
So you sprint all the way up to him, and
Yeah.
you doing anything, or what are you gonna do?
Yes. Will I be able to get within 60 feet? Or
Since
65?
since you're basically like kind of dashing at this point, yeah, you do catch up to him.
Do I see what he's doing?
He has his back facing towards you, but at least if you see from the side, the most you can see is that he is holding on to something. It's tiny.
A match. Or a lighter. I'm going to cast Sleep on him.
Okay. Does that require like?
No.
Nope.
He is current. Hold on, wait. Wisdom save.
Okay. Yeah, he fails that.
Oh, hell yeah, he's incapacitated.
Yeah, he sleep.
No, he's incapacitated until the end of his next turn, at which point it must repeat the save.
Okay.
So, like, I spend the rest. No, so that's. I spent my turn running towards him and then casting the spell.
Yeah.
So he'll take his turn, I guess.
Well, it's not really
Like,
like initiative. I'm saying a lot of this is just
falling gradually to the ground.
Yeah. He does fall to the ground and he does let go of the thing that was in his hand, which
So is he just properly asleep right now?
yes, he is out.
Right. Time up, time up.
And
Don't be too rough. You might wake up.
okay. And Adam,
See what I meant by like a baby?
I guess so. And Adam is just tying him up.
Non-lethal takedown.
The best way to go about it. And you see Adam actually going and reaching over for the item, and he just examines it, which is a very small, kind of metallic like box. And he examines it and he's like, such a fool. He really was just going to do it this dumb way.
He was using a fucking lighter.
Yep.
To blow up a tunnel.
Yep.
What is this? The fucking Magnus Archives?
What is this? The Dream SMP?
But you do like I said, you do see Adam just looking at it and he's like, you keep it. My brother does not need this. And he hands it to you. I don't want him to get any dumb ideas. I know what history this has to him, but I don't want him to have it.
Hmm.
Do you take it?
Yeah.
Okay. After that,
Right.
you guys just basically leave him there.
Yeah.
Okay. So you two move on, and you guys continue your walking. And I will say Adam does pick up the stone that was also in his pocket. So at this point, Adam has another sending stone attached to him.
Yeah.
This time, there's not much noise coming from it. But the walk on from through the tunnel, going through everything but the correct word. The walk through the tunnel is a lot more quiet at this point. And at some point, you guys actually come to a much more narrow tunnel area. And Adam freezes. And he looks and he goes, we're already here. I can see the barrels. Oh shit, oh, how do we do this? How do we get Craig?
I have an idea.
What's the idea?
You see, when I don't want to hurt or kill someone, I have a strategy I like to often go to. At least when I'm not putting people to sleep.
Oh?
Taking away their eyesight.
Huh.
Tends to put someone into a bit of a panic.
Hmm.
Would you call him a tough man or a wise man?
Tough.
Then I might go for sleep again. Yeah. And sleep is better to cast at range as well.
So, do we need to get back to the surface so that you can get him?
I'm not sure.
Can always try and find one of the steps again. That way it can take us to the surface. I haven't been in these tunnels in
To be
forever.
fair, we could wait for him.
Wait for him to come down here.
Yes. What's he going to do up there?
True, he's not gonna have much to do. He's just gonna be waiting all day trying
Worst
to
case scenario, he's going to be spreading the word and sound like some doomsday prophet,
Yeah,
prophesizing an end that will never come. Not the end of the world, just the end to a building or two.
yeah. Yeah, that does make sense. As you two talk about the plan to do, can you give me another perception check?
Yep. Do I have inspiration, by the way?
I'll say you guys have one.
I would like to use it.
Okay.
Yeah. $14.
Okay. With a 14, you do actually start to hear some footsteps heading in your guys' direction.
Footsteps.
Adam.
Footsteps. Be on your guard.
Okay, and Adam kind of looks around.
They're coming in our direction. Are they from after where we kept the body?
From what you can tell, since you guys are very close to the site that is going to be used for the explosion, pretty much the most you can tell is that you can hear just footsteps. But they do at least sound close. Like almost any second you'll see the person.
Are the skeletons able to like hide outside of the view of from the tunnel?
Yeah, if they go into the small room,
one of the skeletons will not be visible to the tunnel.
Yeah, they can definitely hide in there.
We're all hiding and staking out to wait for the perfect opportunity to try and set this guy to sleep again.
Okay. Does that mean like you included, or is it just the skeletons?
Me included.
Okay. I'll say for Adam, he kind of isn't sure where to go. He's just like, what?
Yeah, with me.
Okay. And he hides behind the wall, and he kind of looks over the entrance just to see who's coming. But you guys do hear a voice. A much deeper voice. One that obviously I cannot do. I don't have that kind of voice.
Mm.
But at least for Adam, and I don't know if this would have the same effect on you. You see the hair on his arms stand up, and goosebumps forming on his skin as he hears his brother speak. And he goes, he says, "Now who is messing with my plan? I know someone's down here. You might as well just come on out."
Is this man within 60 feet of me?
I will say, trying to visualize 60 feet. 60 feet.
60 feet is okay, 30 feet is 6 squares. 60 feet is 12 squares.
Okay, yeah, he is pretty much in the, like 60 feet, actually close to like 50 feet.
Look at sand.
Did you say pocket sand?
She reaches into, yeah, the Dale Gribble thing. Pocket sand.
Random
She pulls out a
bullshit.
bit of sand from her pocket, slams it onto the ground in mid-cast of sleep.
Okay,
Faster sands in the west. Roll me a wisdom save.
you got it.
As the skeletons pop round the corner, bows drawn.
Yeah, he's out. He's out.
Well, he's incapacitated.
But yeah.
That's the first save. I've got the skeletons written. I'm commanding the skeletons to ready their actions to shoot non-lethally if he snaps out of it next turn.
Okay.
Oh boy.
Also, Adam, he
And doesn't surrender. That is an important bit.
yeah. I will say Adam does come out from behind and sees his brother just. He becomes actually a bit hesitant. He's just like, oh. And he starts to actually kind of fidget with his hands a little bit. And then, yeah, he's eventually just like, oh, what do I do? Comes a little bit easier.
Does he eventually properly fall to sleep?
Would that require like another save or?
Yes, it does require a second save after the first round.
Okay.
But then properly asleep.
What was that save?
Wisdom.
What was the DC?
DC. Washington. 15.
So yeah, he saved on that second one.
Oof.
So I'm guessing after that he obviously is not fallen asleep. He's awake, I'm guessing. I don't know too much about that spell.
Yeah. We have you drastically outnumbered. It's hopeless to attempt to resist. Surrender, or we will shoot.
He looks at all of you.
7 bows trained on him.
He has a look of just pure anger. But when his eyes lock onto his brother, it switches from anger to he wants to murder him. And
I'm sorry.
And he looks at Adam, he's just like, "You betrayed us."
This was going to happen anyway. He saved your life by contacting me. If he didn't, all of you would be dead. Thanks to him, all of your brothers are alive. At least, most of them. I can't be sure of how it went down in the other tunnel with my companions.
The plan would have worked if
The
nothing would have
plan would
intervened.
have failed. Do you think that people will just give a political position to someone who is a known terrorist and
They-
has just blown up part of their city?
They would never have known. We had it
I
all
would have made it
planned.
known.
It was all planned out. We would arrive just in
You
time.
planned badly.
He looks over
I'm
at
sorry
you.
to say, but they just didn't run deep enough.
I will not forget this.
I know.
And he looks over at his brother and he's like, you will not hear from the end of me. You better leave Sanctum altogether, or the next time I see you, you'll be gone.
He's under my protection.
And with that, Craig just, he had his, I will say this, he had his arms kind of just off to the side to where he was trying to hide something. You hear the clank of a weapon fall to the ground, and seeing it was actually a short sword that was in his hands, and he raises his hands up to show that he has nothing.
What good he was going to do with that one.
I will.
Okie dokie, right.
I will go peacefully.
A wise choice.
So you get him all tied up.
Yeah. You'll find the next oldest just about starting to rouse from his sleep, just a little further off in the corridor. We'll be escorting you two back to the toy shop.
Craig does not respond. He's very.
And then to a courtroom. I'm not one to praise the legal system, but it's what we have.
Adam comes up to the side and looks at you and just goes, well, that went kind of good.
No blood was spilled. I think that went beautifully.
I think he felt threatened by your guys.
That was a backup. Insurance.
Yeah. So, you guys...
I was never going to kill him. I hope you know that.
Of course. I figured you wouldn't, but I wasn't going to say no if you had to. But with that, you guys take Craig, and then you guys find Chris on the floor, still slightly waking up. He's looking around. He's just like, huh? What? Why am I tied up? Where? Oh, shit.
Come along, Chris.
Fuck.
The jig is up. Thank you, though. You've been a great service to this community.
How so?
I'll make sure your names are remembered for building the the cross-country underground transit system.
Oh. You guys just take the two tied up brothers all the way back down to the end of the tunnel.
Your names will live on.
You say that, and Craig just half looks at you and goes, "It would have lived on if we had finished our job."
In infamy. Now people will hear your names and think of you in a positive light, even if you may not see the benefits of that while you live.
No. Mr. Heathcliff, please, I'm trying to play D&D here.
Cat.
Gato. But
You've accidentally done a very good thing for this entire area.
how so?
I can't commend you enough for all of these tunnels.
You're going to use our work for something that you want to take credit for.
I'm not taking credit for it. My name won't be on it. Yours will. I'll make sure of that. You're going to get the credit. These are your tunnels. Not going to stop you from handing you in. No, not going to stop me from handing you into the courts, but at least you'll live on in fame rather than infamy. Isn't that what you wanted? Well, other than power.
You say all this, and Craig, he's just silent. He's extremely pissed while Chris is just coming to. Adam, though, he on his face he has a smile. But looking back at the tunnels, he just shakes his head. He's just like, it's gonna be the end.
This is a new beginning.
I guess in a way it is. As you guys make your way back to the start of the tunnel, you guys come to face with another individual tied up. And he looks up at you guys, and he's just like, "Oh, you guys didn't expect that now, did you?"
Are the others back yet?
You do see one individual at the moment. Adam, though, looks at him and goes, "Well, they found Kelly. He was the one in the tunnels. So that could mean here, well, not really shortly, but at some point, they might be coming back with the other, hopefully."
That's good.
Well, we can always take them back to where Tony is. That way they can all just sit there and think about what they've done.
I'll have plenty of time for that.
I'll say as time passes, you and Adam do see both Oric and Octavia come back up with another person who he has his head down, shoulders slumped, and he's just
Family
refusing.
reunion.
He's just not wanting to look at anybody at this point.
The architects of the what was the actual like nation called?
I have it in world and lore. I just suck at saying names.
Or like
Or are you talking about
the-
like? Are you talking about Thea?
however, whatever the actual tunnels span across.
Well, that's the name of the place you guys are currently in.
But like the tunnels, they go all across the landmass, or like
Yeah, most of it. So the world is called Thea.
okay. What about they don't go all across there though?
Oh,
It goes up like a small kind of portion of it.
thank you.
I just don't have a
Um,
name for the like continent that they're on.
The architects of the cross-continental
Thank you.
underground transit system.
Thank you very much. I love it.
Nothing like good public transportation.
You can sense a golden age is coming.
You take it yours came peacefully as well?
We had some influence. One came shockingly quietly. The other surrendered.
I suppose that turned out well enough.
Both
Uh,
influenced by
the-
my own actions, of course.
The younger one was cooperative enough, and I actually took a page out of your book. I mimicked his voice over a sending stone to draw out the other one.
Oh, clever. Very proud of that.
Yes, well, the mission went rather smoothly as a whole, so no complaints here.
Lovely.
Okay. Just trying to adjust a couple things. Ah,
And he has a fucking 10-year-old? No.
yeah. Tony had a. He had an adopted son.
No. No.
Cause Kelly's too young.
Man, jeez. Kelly's only 19.
Yeah.
Can you fucking tell I've
Poor kid.
Yeah.
watched Fesh Pints recently?
Oh.
Fesh Pints of Blair. That fucking absolute classic.
Yeah.
No.
But- But I would assume.
but
Go on.
no. I was. You'd said it a couple of times, so I was joining.
Okay. Well, do you guys have them all like just in one pile, basic, or
Yeah.
Grouped up together, I figure.
okay? So you guys all look down at the other brothers as they're all tied up. They're all feeling different emotions. Craig has the murderous look on his face. Chris just kind of doesn't want to look at anybody. Tony, he looks like he just wants to fight someone. Johnny and Kelly, they're kind of just chatting together. They're like, well, this didn't go according to plan. Well, no shit there, Sherlock. No wonder that didn't happen. Who the fuck is Sherlock?
Oh. Head.
Yeah. But Adam
Wow.
does come up to them and looks at you guys and goes, well, we gonna get them out of here?
Hmm.
Or do we want to get one of the council people?
I can have a skeleton escort ones that we can't. Guard. I can have a guard escort. No. I can have a bodyguard escort the ones which the rest of us can't bring.
Okay,
We won't take our eyes off them.
that's a good idea.
The more resistant ones will be taken by party members.
Okay.
The older ones, especially.
Yeah. So, as everybody gets rounded up, and
You did a very brave thing here today, Adam.
yeah,
Thank you.
it's no problem. I just didn't want some of these places to get badly hurt.
Hmm.
I mean, the
In
fact.
fact, even if it wasn't for us, even if we never showed up, you still saved. You still saved one of their lives.
Yeah.
He's gonna blow himself up.
Yeah. Maybe have to do something about him. And he does look over at Chris as obviously being taken away.
Siblings can be a catalyst for ambition to turn into toxic spirals of one-upmanship.
Yeah. I'm just sad that it all happened this way.
Yeah.
Should never have
No.
listened.
If you hadn't, this would have gone off less. Oh, you okay?
Yeah, just sneezing.
Sneezing.
Less favorably.
Yeah. But everything went really good.
Yeah.
My brothers are still alive. No one got hurt. Besides Tony. Kinda deserved it.
Hell of a punch.
I've been dreaming of punching him sometimes. I just can never do it.
Hell of a black eye you gave him.
That's what he gets for.
It's gonna sting.
Yeah. That's what he gets for all the times that he would beat the hell out of me.
Oh, jeez. Who's
Yo.
that?
We all said that it was just roughhousing. At some point, it didn't feel like it.
Yeah. So.
Yeah, you all travel down to
Nice.
Sanctum, not Sanctum, to the castle. And in front of the castle, you do see, weirdly enough, all the councilmen just standing outside the building. You do see Nyx, who is kind of hanging off, or kind of leaning on Wolfguard a little bit. She doesn't seem to really be looking too good.
Oh no.
But all of them look at you as you all are transporting just these. How many individuals? 1, 2, 3. Well, not him. 1, 2, 3,
6,
4,
right?
5. Technically 5 tied up people.
5 tied up and 1 escorting with us.
Yes.
So technically only 1's being brought without an actual human bodyguard. Well, humanoid bodyguard.
Yeah. But Wolfguard notices and he basically points it out. He's like, what what did you guys get into this time?
We've got some bad news, some good news, and some world-changing news.
Oh. Do tell.
I explain everything. Unless someone actually wants to say it out in character. I am very tired right now.
Okay. Yeah, if
It's
any
3:14.
Yeah, you're all good. Yeah, if anybody
I've been awake for too long.
I'll say you do explain everything to the
I
council.
feel like Elwin has cast sleep on me.
Oh.
You are failing that first save.
And brother,
Yeah.
I've failed that first say.
But
Yeah.
you do explain everything to the councilman. Weirdly enough, that kind of perks Nyx up in some way, not in a like kind of gonna point it out kind of way, like well you have this kind of thing.
Hmm.
But for Nyx, she like I said, she kind of perks up just a little bit. She goes, "Huh. Interesting. Never thought someone would actually try to blow up different parts of some of these places." She's got to just learn her words a little bit.
Oh. At least some good comes out of it.
Yeah. Could definitely get on to making that little system that you were talking about. She grabs a hold of her forehead. She's just like, oh my goodness. I should not have done what I done. And Wolfguard's like, yeah, you shouldn't. You drank too much. Sit. And she actually does sit. She sits on the ground. But James, he kind of steps forward and he's like, well, now we get to really have an interesting time. Get to bring justice. And then he looks at Wolfguard. He's like, how the hell does that work? What do we do? Wolfguard's like, don't worry about it. It's gonna be easy. For you guys, I thank you so very much for doing this. The fact that we didn't even know about this says a lot about how much we don't notice things. I'll tell you this. We'll take care of these people. They'll get their justice. They'll be locked up. You three, start a tab. I'll pay for it.
Yay.
And Nyx just goes, if you're gonna start a tab, you gotta start it at that tavern over there. And she motions for the tavern kind of next to the kind of close to the the path out of Sanctum. She goes, that place, absolutely amazing. Good drinks, good food. I think there's actually going to be a performance tonight. I don't know. And Wolfguard tells her, you're not going. No drinking. You're already hungover from last night. She just goes, but come on, I want to enjoy this. I want to enjoy more fun. Let me enjoy this. Wolfguard goes, no. I will pick you up and we're going back into the castle. You can sit in your chair and fall asleep if you want. And as he says that, he actually does pick her up. She just does not care. She is like liquid. Not like liquid, but like saliva a little bit, where she just goes and just limps. She's still conscious. She's just limp. As he motions for the rest of the councilmen to follow behind. And ways for you guys goodbye. And then yeah, I think that is where I will end today's session.
Sounds good.
Also, I got a one of those lights that's like a.
I'm
It's
sorry
basically
you
a
didn't
little
pick
squish
this
ball.
early, but
It's okay.
Yeah,
Let
no
me
worries. You go
It's
get some
hitting the
sleep.
pillar
Go-
right the fuck now.
Go get some sleep. Or I will force you. I will come over all the way to where you live and force you to sleep.
Yeah, good night,
Must
sweet dreams.
spell.
Or if you don't sleep, I'm gonna go knock you out.
But
But
You can't tell me to get a better sleep schedule than not sleep yourself.
and she's gone. But yeah,
She died.
I will go say goodbye to stream. So hold on, if I can get it there. So yeah, I will be back. So yeah, that was the end of the session. It actually went pretty good, weirdly enough. I initially did not want too much fighting going on. I'll say, at least for them, everything went pretty good. For the session, it actually went really good. I know, at least for myself, I can definitely tell I'm feeling a little bit groggy. Obviously, in how I'm talking, I'm also extremely tired. But other than that, I hope you guys enjoyed the stream. I hope you guys enjoyed everything. I will see you guys, not next Tuesday, but the following Tuesday. We actually will be having 3 sessions this month. Woo! But yeah, I will see you guys the next following Tuesday for a very interesting stream. Bye bye!